Hey guys, welcome to Sal Try Something New. In this episode, Sal tries story time, and I want to talk about my coming out as a gay man and Christian. So how did this topic came about? So today I had a conversation with a colleague of mine, and she asked me, hey Sal, how did you reconcile your faith and your sexuality of being a gay man? How did you reconcile? Did you manage to reconcile? And the answer is yes. And I want to tell you more about how it was for me, and I hope that it will help any of you out there who is struggling to reconcile your faith and your sexual identity. So I want to go back to when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I remember that at 8 years old, I had a crush on a classmate, a boy, and the realization of having a crush on my classmate gave me so much anxiety that I crossed myself and I prayed to God and said, God, please do not let me be gay. I knew what gay was, in the most basic terms. It was men who like men. And at that time, in the media, gay people are portrayed as laughingstocks, comedic relief, people who are unwelcome in society. And for me, I was so afraid that I am that part of society where I will be ostracized, unwelcome, and made fun of. So I prayed the gay away. Fast forward to my college years, I moved to Kuala Lumpur for my tertiary education, and I got myself in a community of Catholic students. Being part of a Catholic youth ministry gives me a sense of belonging and purpose, and people are generally really nice. They will help you at a heartbeat, and I still am appreciative because they were part of my formative years as a young adult. So being part of a Catholic youth ministry, naturally, it's all about prayer, it's all about being holy and cutting yourself off from sinful things. And of course, homosexuality belonged to the sinful bunch. And so at that time, I wasn't really honest about myself, about being about who I am as a person. So it was a time where I suppressed the fact that I'm gay. And also, to make things worse, at a time, a youth minister, youth minister that I was really close to, he knew I was gay. I confided in him one day. I confided in him as he sent me home. He parked his car to the side and he says to me, "You are not gay. You just have same-sex attraction. It's called SSA. You are not gay." So clearly he didn't want me to identify as part of the community, the gay community. So being gay now is gay equals same-sex attraction, which means that it becomes like an affliction, a disease, a syndrome. Make it seem that gay equals SSA or same-sex attraction is something that can be cured, or suppressed, or at least not suppressed, make it invisible, so to speak. And that's what I did. I made it invisible, for about 5 years in college. So needless to say, during the times when I was in college, where I suppressed my sexuality, suppressed me being gay, was a very torturous time for me. And but towards the end of my college years, I eventually came out. Between coming out and being suppressed, suppressing my sexuality, I struggled, with my faith and my beliefs. One day I went to confession. I went to my priest, and and I did the usual. I crossed myself and I said, "Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It has been X number of days or weeks or months since my last confession, and since then I have done so and so and so." And as I was confessing my litany of sins, I took a deep breath and I confessed and I said, and I'm gay. And at that moment, it felt like eternity, right? Because you just dread, what the priest might say. What came out from Father is really surprising to me. He asked me, why are you confessing that you're gay? Being gay is not a sin. And that struck me. I was speechless. I didn't know what to say, And he goes on to tell me that I am wonderfully and beautifully made by God. And that struck a real chord in my heart because, I am made by God. I am made this way. I was, to quote Lady Gaga, born this way. And, how can that be a sin? So as penance, my priest told me, to pray to God and thank Him for the person that He created me to be. And that still gives me chills when he said that. Or rather, that was the turning point of my coming out actually as a gay Christian man. I thought to myself, if a priest, a flawed human, a sinful human just like any one of us, can be so merciful, so compassionate, and so kind towards me as a gay man, gay person, no judgments, just love and acceptance. What about God, who is supposed to be the boss of my priest, right? And He is infinite. He is infinite love, infinite wonder, infinite mercy, compassion. Everything of Him is infinite. Surely He extends to me more of that times infinite. So from then on, I felt like, hey, God loves me. I don't have to be ashamed of who I am. There's nothing wrong, there's nothing broken in me that needs changing or rectifying or anything that sort. I am wonderfully and beautifully made. So my relationship with God is independent of all the noise of organized religion, societal judgments, whatever negativity of the world. It's totally independent of that. It is between me and God, and it is that intimate relationship that I have with the Almighty. And that gave me the confidence to come out as well as a gay man, as Christian, because I know that there's nothing wrong with me, there's no defect. I am perfect. I am made perfect. And you, God made you perfect too. And for those of you who are struggling with faith, God, your sexuality, don't give up on God, because He has never given up on you. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. I love to hear from you, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.